I'm going to talk a bit about the notion of the commons, as in the grazing commons, or the common resources that a area has, or the resources that another area doesn't have and would like to use from the area that does have it. So these are examples that I will go through. I will start with California, where the San Luis Joaquin Valley has been irrigated since the first third of this past century. It was a desert. With irrigation, the agricultural community has been able to plant and successfully harvest very water-thirsty plants. As a result, there's more and more use of underground aquifer resources and groundwater in general. And this is confounded by a seasonal shortage of snow, and it is snow melt that typically feeds the groundwater, certainly. And there has been less groundwater available for agricultural use because it's being used for fracking, and when the water is discharged after that process, it has too many foreign chemicals, not naturally occurring in water chemicals, that it cannot be used for agricultural irrigation. So there's a conflict between the petroleum industry, the farmers industry, and the people down the road, down the line, who simply want to have access to drinking water from their own wells, water for farm ponds for animals, and so forth. So this is, I think, a rather classic case of the problem of sharing a commonly used and desirable resource such as water in a formerly desert area that has now been irrigated. Or in the case of other examples, I'll now mention Blackwater in the state of Maryland. During the WPA, it was started as a national wildlife refuge and had grown to 30,000 acres. It had not been unused before this. It had been the home to a very active trapping economy, and when the trappers were moved off of Blackwater, which is also the name of the kind of marshy swamp, there was no habitat available to them that was going to replicate the habitat they had for trapping in Blackwater, i.e. muskrats like coastline. They don't want to be in the middle of a shopping center. This disrupted that local economy, and it disrupted the lives of those people who had been part of a trapping community, trapping economy. So these are two examples of conflict between the use of a resource for one purpose and the use of a resource for another, and I hope you will think about this. Thank you.